Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another video, welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to the TESCO League. We're at round 3 today in Azerbaijan. As you can see, there's something a little bit different. We've got 3 members in the league now. We've got myself and Tom, and now we've got Charlie joining us as well. Goes by the name of Charlie Mason. Now, it's going to be very interesting to see how this all works. Now we've got 3 people, and it will be genuinely 3 people now, as we had City Fan 90 for Bahrain for round 1, and that was about it. Now we've got 3 for hopefully the rest of the season, and it should be 3 from here on in, but you never know, some things could happen. I am recording this now about 3 weeks later, at least this voiceover, but it'll be very interesting to see. As you can see, we're going straight in. I've put my setup on, and we're going straight into qualifying right now. You can see just going a bit nice. I think Tom's already out on the track, so we're just taking our time, you know, a little bit further on through the this is actually on the lap now. As you can see, we had a little bit of a mare going into that, and had a little bit of a bump of the wall down to a yellow front wing, which is of course not what we want. Overall though, I think we're doing alright. As you can see, there's a yellow flag in the castle section there. I'm not sure who that is. I wouldn't be surprised if that's Charlie. I must say, give a little bit of a disclaimer. Charlie, we do know somewhat personally, Tom and I, but he's only just started, you know, doing you know, he's only just started F1, and it's only his first day pretty much. As you can see, Tom was sideways there. I've also set my lap time now. We went top for now, which is quality. Provisional pole. As you can see, we start our second lap now, and yeah, so I don't know what happened with Tom there. Obviously had a bit of a mare. We both went in the pits afterwards anyway, so it didn't really matter too much. As you can see, we're starting off good. We're already a 10th up on the time. Hopefully it'll be good enough. As you can see, we're going to the end of the lap now. We're now 7 tenths up, but we're slowly fading away. Tom has put in another fast step of the race, and it means that we probably won't be able to get there for it. As you can see, across the line, we're 1.3 seconds down, so we're very far behind. And I believe I'll just go straight in for it now and just call it quits and you know, retire from the session. You can see I've actually run out of fuel because I was running so little fuel to try and make sure, you know, that I get as quick a lap time as possible. I didn't do an amazing job anyway, so it'll be interesting to see kind of just what happens. You can see where Charlie's coming to the pits. Tom is doing a lap. No, he isn't. What is he doing? I'm not actually sure. He's what is he doing? That's what he's doing. Oh, he's stopped here. I'm not quite sure what he's doing. Oh, he's decided to do a little bit of a chem block and do a little bit of drifting through the castle section. It hasn't exactly worked out for him, as you can see. He's had a little bit of a whirlwind, and he's gone the wrong way, and he's yeah, he's a bit stuck now. He's lost all his front wing. I don't think he was on a flying lap anyway. I think this was on his internet. But as you can see, we've moved on a minute later, and Charlie is on his flying lap. Of course, something that Tom didn't realise at the time, and I did tell him about this earlier, is the fact that actually there'll be the tyres that he starts on, unless of course he does it. As you can see, Charlie goes for his final lap, and he's hit the wall, and he's spun round. And of course, straight away he just gave up then, and he said, "Oh, there's no point. I'm not really going to catch you two." So he left it there, and as you can see, that's our final result. So Tom will be on, as I was saying, Tom, he wore his tyres up completely, so he's going to be on very worn tyres for the start of the race, which means because of his worn tyres, I'm going to be just behind him on the grid, so hopefully I'll be able to get something from that, and I'll be able to get a decent start. As you can see, we're going to the 5 red lights for Azerbaijan Grand Prix. This lights out, and away we go. As you can see, I've got a much better start than Tom, and I think Charlie has as well. I've gone over to cover off Tom, and I've gone very wide into turn 1 just to make sure of that. As you can see, Charlie's got Tom as well into turn 1. Tom's down into P3, Charlie's up into P2, and I've taken the lead of the race straight away from turn 1, which is absolutely amazing. It's exactly what we want, a great start. And as you can see, I'm really starting to slowly, you know, make my way away from people, but Charlie's got a little bit on, but he stopped there. He didn't want to try and contest me too early on in his first race, because he isn't sure how I race just yet. So, you know, we're just kind of biding our time, just making sure to get familiar, warming the tyres up and everything. As you can see, I'm slowly pulling away from them there. Of course, purple sector 1, because I'm the first person to set sector 1. So, as you can see, the gap is about half a second. And we're not doing too badly at all. Lap 1 basically pretty much complete. As you can see, we're going a little bit further on into the lap. And I don't know if you can see in the bottom corner, but there's a yellow flag, and Charlie has been overtaken by Tom. I believe he hit a wall for going through, trying to go flat out through those sector 3 turns. I think because of that, he's got a bit of wing damage, so he's going to go straight into the pits now. Of course, I set fast up, so that's only the end of only the end of lap 1. Charlie's gone into the pits there, as you can see. And so we go later on into lap, and as you can see, I'm pushing well. I've got purple sector 1, of course, which is what we want. And I'm going through through sector 2 right now. And of course, I've had a little bit of a problem there. I've blocked up a little bit, and I've gone straight round in the castle section. So everyone's having a little bit of a mare right now. As you can see, I've held up Tom massively because of this. And Tom goes through now, and he's got a bit of wing damage as well as myself because of that accident. So I'm going to have to go straight in because of that. I've lost the lead of the Grand Prix. I lost focus and concentration completely, clearly. And I just binned it into the wall in Castle. So that's really not good for me. As you can see, I'm really struggling. I'm trying to go quite cautious, but of course I just want to do that. And I've gone really badly into there. And oh, my wheel has come off, and I'm out of the race. Already, I'm out of the race. And only 2 laps in, on round 3, we've got our first retirement of the series, and that is myself. Of all people, the current championship leader, it must be said. I've won the first 2 races over Tom. And yeah, I can't believe I've done it, but I've binned it. And now it's only down back to a 2-horse race, as it always has been. And as you can see, Tom has come into the pits now. I'm still starstruck by it, really. Can't believe that I was trying to go as, just to bide in my time, just going to go as soft as possible. And I completely and utterly binned it into the wall. As you can see here, I believe Charlie is going to take the lead of the race. He does indeed. And that is because I managed to hold up Tom so much with my crash. I've given Charlie the lead here, and I've really helped Charlie and myself out almost, because I want to try and give Tom as little points as possible, because he's my main contender at the minute, because Charlie is 2 races down. He's still 50 points behind me, and however many points behind Tom, I believe it's somewhere around 38. Now look at that, lap 4, Tom's round in the castle section again. I think he lost the back end or something. I don't have any clips to show. As I said, this is 3 weeks on, so I don't actually know whether I've got anything from there. I haven't, definitely for the last couple of races until now. I think in real life we're actually up to about Canada now. But Tom has now got a massive gap to Charlie. And Charlie's got a very good chance of winning this race if he keeps it. If he keeps himself going, making sure he doesn't crash in anything. There's only 7, what's it? No, that's not 7. There's about 9-10 laps left of the race. There's a really good chance, I think, that Charlie can win this thing. It's going to be very entertaining to kind of see what it means, because it could massively change the standings with a Charlie win. Tom, of course, will have the same result as ever. And as you can see there, the gap's now down to 37 seconds. We're now on lap 8. We've gone that far back. And there's more yellow flags. I think Tom's had a bit of a mare. I don't know exactly what it is. But if we look further down, I don't know if you can see it. There's Tom there. Oh, he's hit the wall there very badly. That's much how like I did mine. But my wheel came off there. I don't know what the game's saying about that. But I think personally, Tom should have had his wheel taken off if it was like that. And oh, he's almost hit the wall there as well. Very close. Jesus. Not going too well for Tom at the minute. He's 52 seconds down, I think that is now. And oh, he looks a bit like he's hit the wall there as well. See, I think this is where the game's a bit uneven, I guess, because I think Tom shouldn't have a wheel right now, or at least I should still have my wheel on my car. I should still be racing. But as you can see, Tom goes straight in, and yet again, he's hit the wall, and it's stopped him in the middle of the pit lane and let him continue. So I don't know if you can tell, but we're now back onto lap 11. There's now 1 minute 11 gap between Charlie and Tom. So Charlie has got an amazing chance to win this race with only 2 laps left. And not just that, but Tom has just set the fastest lap. So it looks like he'll be retaining the same thing as he has for the last 2 races, with 19 points on each of the races. And it looks like he'll be able to continue that streak, not winning the race, but still getting fastest lap and in second place. And yeah, it's kind of, I don't know exactly what we're looking at, but yeah, kind of just chilling with Charlie right now, because this is literally what I was doing for this point now. I was literally just waiting. As you can see, we're now on to the last lap of the race. Yeah, so I was just kind of watching and waiting for kind of the race to end, because I was so bored by this point. I was just, there's nothing for me to do. I'm out of the race. I can't do any focus. I'm just trying to find good cinematics almost for the video. But as you can see, they're quite nice for Charlie. He's coming through now, through sector 3. I think we're going to stick it with him the whole of Sector 3 here as he comes through. And it's going to be very entertaining because I believe it looks like he's about over a minute, almost a minute and a half over Tom at the minute. So it looks really, really likely, that he's going to win the race. And that is massive. On the debut, don't forget, his first ever F1 race. I don't think he's even done a proper racing career or anything yet. But it's his first ever race. And he's coming through to win it. On his first race, on the debut, it's round 3 for us. It's round 1 for him. As you can see here, he goes past the pit lane. And he comes through. There's the checkered flag. He is coming through to win the Azerbaijan Grand Prix round 3 of the TESCO League. As you can see, we come back a little bit later on. And here is Tom going through, to finish the race. Because he almost goes into the pit lane, but he decides against it. He's gone straight on. And there we go. Second place for Tom. Fastest lap of the race. Charlie's in first. I think I've got 15 points, but I'm not sure. As you can see, we're going back here because look at this. I'm on the podium still, despite the podium. And the best bit is, if you look closely to my car on the next shot, it's quite funny to see. I don't have a wheel on the front right, which is quality. It must be said as absolute quality. As you can see, I'm kind of toned out of the celebrations a little bit because I didn't actually finish the race. I've done 2 laps of the race, but I still get to be on the podium. Who doesn't love that? Charlie celebrating there with Tom and myself as he wins his debut race in Formula 1 in the TESCO League. It was something amazing. As you can see here, grid 2, stops 0. Best time is the 1 minute 48, which is my only lap of the race that I completed, DNF. As you can see, the gap between Tom and Charlie in it was 1 minute 16. And so as you can see, the points tally is now 57, 50, 25 between myself, Tom and Charlie. I didn't get any points for that race in the end. I thought I would be up to 65, but I'm not. As you can see, Spain's the next race, and we won't be there for that, neither Tom or myself. So Charlie has got a race win to himself, which will really, really even up the standings. He should be on 50 points, or 51 points, in fact. That's it from me, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time.